Welcome to Body Bags. I'm your Friday reviewer, Chris, from ChrisB Movies. You know my name is Chris, and you know I love B movies. And speaking of love, this week is all about love. You love your movies, whatever type of films you like. But it's also Valentine's Day love. Oh yeah, and I'm actually reviewing this on Valentine's Day, which is so apt, but you won't see this until the following Friday. Just saying. And it's a film called Adoration. Yeah. This is such a very interesting film. I have it in back of me, and I forgot to put it over here now, so I'm going to grab it and bring it over, because I actually have a copy of this one. Not like last week where I didn't have a copy of it. So I'm going to look over here during my selection. Oh, I got so many good movies here. Look at all these movies. Look at my setup over here. I'm so proud of it. And here it is, Adoration. Beautiful slipcover on this one. Yeah, look at this. Beautiful. I'm going to show you this. You know, beautiful artwork on here. I watched this twice in one day. That's how much I love this film. I watch it on disc, and then I watch it on Shudder right after. So, because it was playing on Shudder right after, so I'm like, I'm going to watch this again. And it's a film that has a very... You have to figure it for yourself where this leads ending. I'm just going to say that. It doesn't give you a closure, a conclusion, which I love. Most people don't. My wife hates that crap. But I like to come up with my own decision of where they went at that point when the movie ended. Like I say, man, I'm not a lazy guy, and I have an imagination. So it is filmed from Fabrice Duweiss, who's done Vignon, and he's also done Alleluia, which is another phenomenal film. And he is all about great camera work. This movie is visually stunning and beautiful and artsy and so interesting. So it's this little kid, Paul. He's 12 years old. He never knew who his father was, and he lives with his mother, who... His mother's kind of odd, I'm just gonna say. Like, when Paul said he met Gloria for the first time, the mother's like, is she prettier than I am, huh? Is she prettier than I am? Is she prettier than I am? And Paul is like, you know what, Mom, I'm not hungry, you're freaking me out. She's like, go to your room. So he just runs to his room. It's freaking weird. But his mother is a nurse at the local psychiatric hospital, which is right next to their house. Yeah. And so Paul, who's really into birds... A very impressionable young man, and he sees a bird that's dying, and he tries his best to revive the bird and bring it back to life and help the bird, but the bird ends up dying. And so he's kind of crushed by that. But he meets this girl, Gloria, who's a patient at the psychiatric hospital. And she's a very sick little girl. And it's inferenced in the film that bad things have happened to her by the people closest to her, like her uncle, grandfather, father. Once her family died, which they died in a plane crash, her uncle took her in and then just sent her to a psychiatric hospital. But there's a reason why her uncle did that, because she's a very sick, she's homicidal, she's schizophrenic, she's like really sick. And Paul feels bad for her because she keeps escaping, and the nurses and guards that work there come in and keep tackling her, bring her in. She's like, no. So Paul feels bad for her and feels like maybe she's not as sick as everybody's taking her out to be. So one day she escapes and she meets up with Paul, and they start falling in love. I mean, they start this love relationship. Paul's 12 and she's in her teens. She's much older. So one day Paul says, you know, screw this. I'm going to break her out of this, because, again, she gets caught and brought back in, yelling, no. You know, they're giving her meds, but she needs meds. This girl needs meds. And Paul thinks she doesn't, but he comes to find out later on, when they run away, after they push the head nurse to her death. We think it's her death, but she fell down a flight of stairs. She went straight down. So I'm thinking she's dead. And she was pushed by Gloria. And so they run off, and now they're living on the streets, in the forests. They meet up with this strange couple who has a little baby, who are very sexually promiscuous. Like, they feel like right in front of the kids, they just get naked and jump in the water. Which I thought was kind of weird. But Gloria looks at everybody, except for Paul, because Paul said he would never leave her, he loves her, like they're trying to hurt her. Like her uncle and her grandfather are sending chickens her way to spy on her and to kill her. So she thinks everybody she runs into is in cahoots with her uncle or her grandfather who did bad things to her. We never knew exactly what they did, but it's inference that they did really bad things to her. So she doesn't trust anybody except for Paul, who says he will love her forever. And Paul's an impressionable 12-year-old kid, you know, and you know, she's very highly sexualized. You know, she's very sexual for a young kid her age. So I'm thinking molestation may have happened just by the way she's acting, and she's like all over Paul. She's always like grabbing at him and kissing him and telling her she wants to have sex with him. And Paul really doesn't know what love is, and neither does she. So they basically, they find this boat, and this couple who are on vacation, who are very highly sexualized. Like I say, they do weird things, and they say weird things to these kids. And they're a little too comfortable with these kids. Certain things are inference. And there's one scene where Gloria is laying down with the lady who owns the boat, and she's like, boy, you have beautiful hair. You're a beautiful girl. And she rubs her leg. And, of course, Gloria's getting freaked out by this. So when the couple go to the neighbor's house for a drink, Gloria flips out and just burns the boat up. And then takes off. And then they meet with this guy, Hinkle, played by the great Benoit Poulvorde from Man Bites Dog. I love this guy. This guy is awesome. One of my favorite French actors. And he's a guy, Hinkle. And he takes the kids in. Because the kids are kind of like stranded, you know? They have no place to go. And there's a scene where Gloria freaks out and just knocks out Paul. So Paul ends up waking up in Hinkle's house. Who's this guy, lives near a bird sanctuary, and he is a lot like Paul, very into birds and stuff. When his wife died, he kind of lost his mind and lives in this trailer park area deep in the woods near a bird sanctuary, where he has stated, and I don't think this is true, that it was an area that he was supposed to build a water park in. He's a really nice guy, and he's really trying to help the kids, and he wants to get the kids home, but of course bad things happen along the way, and of course Gloria gets a little homicidal. I mean, you see her true self, and that this girl is sick and crazy. She needs medication, you know? I don't like to say the word crazy. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, she needs medication. She needs to go to a hospital and get medicated because she is off the hook. Then Paul is starting to see this, and Paul is trying to get away from her. But again, she keeps pulling him in. Now, will Paul find his way home? Will Gloria get back to the hospital and take the meds she so deeply needs? You have to find out by watching Adoration. I'm just going to say it's an ending without a closure, so you have to come up with your own mind exactly where these kids went after. But it is a beautiful film. The camera work is amazing. Like, they, when the kids are on the boat, it shows, like, the foliage and how beautiful it is. And it'll take time to really look at the foliage, the leaves, and the trees, as they are their own actors in this film. Their own separate entities in this film that, you know, Fabricio Duvice feels should take mention. The area around where the kids are. It shows houses. When the kids are running through the woods, it follows them with a shaky camera. It's really an artsy type film. There's a scene where Gloria's freaking out and Paul holds her and they're holding each other, and then you see her as her human self, and then it sees her as her doll self, and then herself and her doll self or mannequin self. It's creepy as hell, but it's so beautiful at the same time. It's creepy and beautiful at the same time. And Fabricio Duvice was able to accomplish this task. It's a film about mental health. It's a film that, when bad things happen to kids at a younger age, it develops mental health issues down the road. And Gloria had nobody because her uncle just who took her in just kind of put her in a mental hospital and just said, I want to be done with you. And she feels like she has nobody. Even though her uncle's really trying to help her, she doesn't feel that. She feels that he's going to hurt her like everybody else in her life has hurt her. And that's what she feels about everybody, even people who are good to her. She just feels like they're going to turn on her and they're going to attack her because they're in cahoots with her uncle and grandfather. And they're going to hurt her. The only one she trusts in this world, again, is Paul. And Paul, again, has this weird relationship with his mother. He just doesn't get along with his mother. He looked like he had a close relationship with his father, but his father just kind of took off on them. So it just kind of ruined him, you know? And it's very awkward when him and his mother are together because he just can't seem to get close to her as much as he would want to because she says weird things. Things that mothers should not be saying to the kids. I mean, if a kid has a love interest, you know, don't say, is she prettier than I am? Is she prettier than I am? You know, it was kind of weird. And I was like taken aback. It's like, what is going to happen right here? And then Paul was smart enough to just go upstairs. I'm not hungry. But it's a beautiful film. Absolutely beautiful. And like I say, for love horror, it's pretty damn decent and so apt. I'm telling you, it's so apt. Young love. Or young puppy love, because it's basically what it is. I don't think any of these kids really know how to love or know the meaning of love yet, because they're too young. So anyway, check out Fabrizio Device's Adoration. It's a beautiful film, and I watched it twice in one day. That's how much I like this film. And that's how much I like the characters in this film. I think the kids were amazing. Like, Thomas Gloria, who plays Paul, was amazing. And Fantine Hadvin, who played Gloria, was awesome. Now, Thomas Gloria is Paul's real name, and Gloria was a character. I found that pretty hilarious. Yeah, I caught that, Fabrizio Device. I caught that. But anyway, Adoration. Like, I highly recommend picking this up if you don't have it. I'm not sure if you'd be able to get the slipcover anymore, because the slipcover's out of print. But just buy the movie, because it's so good. Beautiful camera work. It is a beautiful, artsy film from Altered Innocence. And Altered Innocence is possibly one of my new favorite labels. I love everything I've seen from Altered Innocence. This being one of my favorite from Altered Innocence. It's just amazing. And should be checked out. 10 out of 10. It is absolutely perfect. Like I say, if you like closure to your films, you're probably going to be pissed at the end. But I'm telling you, just follow the path of these young kids. Follow their path to their world and find out more about them. And find out that things that have happened in the past, kind of setting them up for the right here and now. You know? The Adoration, awesome flick. Definitely check it out. And check out the rest of Love Horror, baby, because it's all about love of horror. And, you know, it has people in there who kill and love each other. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love that, right? This being two kids who love each other. One homicidal, the other one impressionable. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to Body Bags and ChrisB Movies. Like if you like. Leave comments below. They're right over there. Right over there. I'll read them and respond back. And I appreciate even you watching this. So thank you so much for your support to Body Bags. We're a great community of people who love movies. And we love people who watch our videos, man. Because you love movies as well. You took the time out of your lives to sit there and watch maybe a review from me, or some Alani, or somebody else, and, you know, Rob, and we appreciate that. Just taking that time out of your lives to watch our videos, whether you like it or not. I'm hoping you do like it, though. Yeah. So thank you so much for supporting Body Bags, and keep supporting us, because we're going to bring some great stuff to the table. Oh, yeah. Next couple months, even more awesome stuff, so check it out. But don't forget to watch those late-night horror movies. Read up on your latest Fright Mags. Don't forget to tune in to another episode of a show we call Body Bags.